pause for a minute. So we are going to go back and add our very special guest for today, Tony Forrester, ladies and gentlemen. Let me add him back so that we can continue this interview. It'll tend to pause every now and again. The weather's pretty good down here today. Yesterday it was raining off and on. So if we go out, I definitely do not mind coming back in. Today is just a fierce female Friday. I tell you that much. It's been a hectic week. And as you all know, today's show is sponsored by Exclusive Beauty Hair Store. So make sure you guys go and shop with them. I'm the brand ambassador. So of course, I am rocking some of Exclusive Beauty's lashes. So y'all, please go and check out Exclusive Beauty. The lashes are everything, and these are my favorite pair of lashes. So y'all go and shop with Exclusive Beauty. I gotta get another pair pretty soon. So definitely. While we're waiting on that, we are close to that 300 mark, ladies and gentlemen, and our very special guest Tony is back. If it pauses again, I do not mind coming back. And Johnny is here, so it is Johnny's date to take over. Process before we pause. So we'll pick up from there and then I pass it on to Johnny. All right, welcome back, and we're back. We paused. You were saying about the songwriting process.
Yeah, I was just saying, basically, I tend to put myself into all my music, or honestly, I put myself in anything that I'm passionate about. Maybe a person, music, family. I just tend to put myself into it, which can also end up being a lot of heartbreak or pain whenever it doesn't go as you expect it to go out. So, but Lost in Your Eyes, it's just about losing yourself in someone and them not really feeling the same way. So that's the game, you know.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to pass it over to my co-host. He's going to ask some questions. It is his day. Yesterday was my day to take over. So we're going to take over. Oh my God. Supermodel icon. Connie Flynn is in the building,
Hey,
ladies and
yo.
gentlemen. Shout outs to her. Oh my
Shout
God. We
outs.
did an interview together, and this woman has walked the runways for Terry Mugler, who is one of my favorite fashion designers. And also, she's done some work with Vivienne Westwood as well, too. So you guys know Miss Stevie is a fashion girl. I'm like Victoria Beckham Posh Spice over here. So, but I'm going to pass it on to Johnny, and we can get into this interview, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead, Johnny.
All right. So as I was overhearing you saying, I link is stupid. But as I was hearing you saying how your songwriting process is, it sounds like you're an empath. You're an empath.
Very much so.
I can
Very,
definitely
very much so.
detect that. I can 'cause I'm an empath too, and I know the process of being an empath because like as you were saying, it's beauty, and it also can be destruction as well, and
100%.
that's the keen essence of it. So as far as your songwriting process, have you so you write songs for yourself or others too, or just
I,
only?
I, I have had times in the studio writing for other artists. I tend to connect more on my experiences, and I think my experiences are very relatable. I don't tend to write just say I. It's and it's very relatable. So I think when I write, it's always easy to pass it on to someone else to write or to sing it because it's a relatable situation. If that makes any sense.
Mhm.
I don't really feel like my life is that crazy different from other people. I just I'm just writing my experiences, man. You know, I'm just trying to live my life and trying to inspire as many people as possible to continue going and continue moving forward in your dreams. And that's all I can do, man. That's all I can really do.
Okay. Um, so as far as being a songwriter, have you made any collabs that you wanted to make, or is there any collabs you want to do? Like, have you done any collabs you did want it to do, or is there any you want to do?
I haven't done, honestly, if I was to be 100% honest, I writing for other people has never been one of my favorite things to do because I feel like I have to step outside of myself and ask you about yourself and try to understand you. And then that's another thing I got to take on for myself, and it's energy. Um, But there is a side of me that's like, this is a business. You have to survive. You have to live. And also extending your talents to help someone else express himself is also very important. You have to be a vessel not only from yourself, but also for other people. So I would love to write for, man, I would love to write for her. I had an opportunity to go to a writing camp for her, but I didn't get to go. But I would love to write for her. I think we have a very similar writing tone as far as like the way we write about love, or at least be in the room with her. I would love to write or be in a writing room with Jasmine Sullivan. I think she's such an amazing talent as a writer. Um, Music Soul Child, I'd love to bring him back and write with him. He's so amazing. I love old school artists, like your Jagged Edge days, like old school R&B, where you had these people writing like soulful stuff. Um, everyone's pretty dope. Chris Brown's amazing. Everyone's just, I think everyone has their own little niche that they do and bring to the table. I don't have anyone specifically that I write for. My life is hard enough as it is to really be looking for other things, other people to write for specifically. If I land in that pocket, if the universe sits me there, then I'll be there. But I don't really sit and dwell in like, who can I write for? Who do I want to write for? Because I'm writing for myself. I'm expressing my own being. I'm trying to express my own being so much that I don't really take the time. But I would love to write. I love writing, so put me in a room, I'll write. So that's my answer for that. If that's cool enough for you, I don't know if that's okay, if that's enough for you.
So, as far as being a songwriter, I've personally always wanted to know this about songwriters. So, when you're writing a song for someone,
Hmm.
even though it's your lyrics, your work, do you have to give up those rights as it being for someone else, or you still get the credit for it? They're just the face of it.
Oh yeah, you get the credit. You you always get your credit. I mean, that's songwriters make the most money out of all. They make the most money out of the materialistic on the material of what is going out. They're going to make the most money. Them and the producer are going to make the most money. The artist is just the vessel, the voice. Depending on if you're a Beyonce, your name is on the top of the list of the writing list, and no matter if you wrote it or not, you're going to get that higher writing credit depending on the negotiation. But most of the time, you get your credit. You're there. You know, I think it works out. It's not a horrible thing. Now, when you don't get the credit, that's a horrible thing for artists when they're not getting the credit. And when artists go on stage and say, I wrote this song, when they never really wrote it, that can be a little bit, you know, defeating. But as long as that check is coming in the mail, I think it's always a good thing, you know.
Okay, so say for instance, there's someone who writes songs. Like, what is the process they had to go through in order to be labeled a songwriter? For in other words, like how would they be able to get people to come to them to write lyrics for a song or book you for a songwriting or something like that?
Most of the time, I mean, for me, I get a lot of DMs about songwriting. Like, can you write a song for me? I'm doing a project. Can you write a song for me? Um, if you were on a label, they might have writing teams, they might have writing camps for your company, and you would come to a writing camp, go to a studio for the weekend, and you guys would all just write. Like for Rihanna used to have writing camps for her, where they would all just dope ass writers from all around the world would come together, and they would just sit for a weekend and write. And they would tell them the ideas and the ideas of what they want, the direction they want. Here's the production, here's the beats we have, or whatever it is, X, Y, and Z, and the writers would just write. But nowadays, if you're independent, you just reach out to artists you see. You can DM them and say, hey, I'm looking for someone to write for me. Can you write for me? And if the universe is aligned, then cool. They say yes. If they skip through, I get so many DMs about writing that you have to be kind of particular because I've written songs for people. I had something happen where this woman, she was like, can you write a song for my 12-year-old's birthday? And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, right? And she's like, can you include her dog, her best friend, her dog, all these little things. So I spent all day writing this little song, this little ditty for her daughter, And then she ended up saying, "Oh, I'm gonna pay you in a check. Can I pay you in a check?" And I'm like, "A check? I, no, you can't pay me in a check." And she's like, "No, I'm just gonna send you a check, and you can just take a picture of it." And no, no, she was gonna send me a picture of a check, and I was supposed to take a picture of that picture. I was like, this seems a little sketchy. So you never know what people are gonna do if you waste your time. So you have to be very particular about the process, if that makes any sense. But yeah, you just DM people and you just reach out to people. You manifest as much as possible. You ask the things you want to receive, and I feel like when you ask for things, they just kind of come to you. You kind of just the universe kind of just puts you in the situation in which you're supposed to be in whenever you put out into the universe on the things that you want in your life. You know, that's what I believe in.
Okay. That's okay. And like pretty much you you pretty much have your page set up to where they can contact you on business matters and things like that too. And that's
You
pretty
got
much
it.
how that process goes.
You got it. I mean, I have Tony Forrester booking, for people to hit me up for anything that involves booking for sure. That's my go-to email, if you want to reach me on any professional level. So, you know, you gotta set up on a professional level at all times.
Okay. Are there any big names that you wrote for thus far?
No, I have not written. I mean, I was actually going through a little thing with my friend. I was like, oh man, I feel like I don't have enough credit. I don't have enough. For such a long time, I was going through, like for the last year, so I was going through a depression, and I didn't know why. And I thought it was medication. I was like, oh, I need to get off this medication, and maybe because I've never experienced anxiety or social anxiety and not wanting to be around people and certain things, and just depression and not wanting to be out and about. And I realized after really looking deeper within myself that I was putting so much value on my external accomplishments and the applause from other people and the approval from other people. And I'm like, I'm not there. Why haven't I got a Grammy yet? Why have I not written for this person yet? Why am I not here? Why am I not in this on magazine? Why are people not acknowledging me? And I had to step back and realize that my value is not based on who I've written for. My value is not based on, the size of the house I have, the anything. My value is now. I haven't written for anyone now, but I've definitely put on my board that I'm going to write for great people that are going to do whatever I'm doing justice, and it's meant for them specifically. And we'll see. I honestly just really, really started digging into my craft probably the last year, really cultivating who Tony Forrest is. So we'll see where that leads me in the next few years. But I'm just a guy with a dream, man. Just hoping that one day people see that dream and it falls me in the right direction to my happiness. Because it's not about rich and fame. It's just about me sitting in peace and happiness, man. So.
Yeah, that's good. That's all the questions I got, Miss Stevie. It was excellent.
Okay.
It was excellent interviewing you, man. Definitely, I can definitely tell you're very enthusiastic and passionate about this. That I can definitely tell. That's empath to empath. I definitely can see that. I can definitely tell this takes and gives to you. Like, and that's one thing people don't understand about empaths. Like our talents is what we put on the front, but sometimes our drains us.
Facts. That's a factual thing, man. It's probably the most draining, right? It's like
Yes.
you want to do it and you want to be out in the public and you want to be with everyone and you want to express yourself, but it's so exhausting. It's very, very draining. Very, very draining. But also very rewarding at the same time. It's the weirdest thing.
As long as it's not too late, it's rewarding.
That's so
Because
factual. Very,
because
very
things get a
factual.
little hectic and it's kind of like, all right, yeah, I think I just pack this up and I just go this way.
Very, 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 very true. All right, forgive me.
All
Sorry, I'm
right.
just sipping tea right here while I'm talking to you.
Oh no, you're
You're
good.
good.
So the
All
next
right, that's
segment,
go ahead, Johnny. Take it away.
so the next segment is what are your top 5 things that you cannot live without?
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to say, I'm going to go from the most important to, all right. I'm going to say sex. is going to be very, very high on my list right now
Ding.
in my life. You know, everything changes, you evolve. So maybe it will evolve out or go lower on the list later. But right now, sex is very important. My phone is incredibly important. Um, my family and friends are so important to me. They keep me, oh man, they keep me just existing and truly, truly alive. And I would say music, and then I would probably say music again. I would definitely put music two times. Music is just wow. It's just it has gotten me this far in my life. It really has gotten me this far in my life, and despite the ups and downs, I've been on this relationship with music that we have this on and off relationship. Music and I have, man, I would never trade that relationship for anything, you know. So if you'll allow me to say two things, if you allow me to put it on two, is that cool with you?
Mm,
Okay, okay. I don't want to break the rules of this game. Changing things up. So
no. Next segment is turn the tables, where we get to ask Miss Stevie any question we possibly want. Like we
okay.
want to ask her when's the last time she donated blood, or
Ooh, all right.
anything. It could be anything personal, non-personal. It doesn't matter. Like if we want to know what's her blood type, we can ask, and she has an answer.
Um, all right.
You can start first.
What?
Oh, and also, by the way, for the viewers, if y'all have any questions y'all would like to ask Tony, y'all are open to ask them as well. The
Oh,
platform is
ask
not
me
only
anything. Yes.
for us to ask him. Y'all can ask him questions as well, because we know fans have questions sometimes. So if they want to ask you questions, they can drop it, and we'll ask them after we get done doing the little fun segments, and then that'll be pretty much that. But
Okay.
your first question for Miss Stevie.
All right. Miss Stevie. All right, so here's my question. Um, what has been in the last, or we'll say your whole life, what has been the most challenging but most rewarding thing you've experienced in your life so far?
Being told no, being
Mm.
told no, you're not what we're looking for. You don't fit the quote unquote beauty standards. You can't do this because you are a woman of trans experience.
Oh,
You can't
wow.
do this because you are a black woman. Um, just being told no. But from tragedy comes triumph, and that's how I see it. So,
I think that's such a beautiful, beautiful answer. I think no is such a great, like you said, it's such a harsh but yet teaching experience for anyone. It brings you down, but also strengthens you to exceed past anything you thought you could ever exceed. That's beautiful. Thank you for answering that. That's beautiful.
you're welcome.
Miss Stevie, name one regret that you have, if you have any.
I don't have any. I don't apologize. I'm
Mm.
unapologetic. If it comes to somebody like my parents or my elders, like my grandmother, somebody, if I said something that seems disrespectful, I check myself on that because growing up in the black household, you don't want a skillet upside your head or a belt to your behind. So,
Yes.
and in my younger days, but I don't have any. I've lived my life without no regrets, no apologies.
Mm. Beautiful way to live life. Definitely.
All
Mm.
right. Any more questions, ladies and gentlemen?
It's on you, Tony.
It's on me.
Hmm.
Um, if you could, if you could have someone, if you could fall in love and have them love you the exact same way that you give them love, who would you request that love go to?
You mean like someone famous, someone
Anyone.
not
It can
famous?
be anyone in your life that would bring you that you right now you think would bring you this experience of love that you think that you can give them and they'll give you the exact same love back.
I'm looking at him right on the wall right now. I would have to say Shamar Moore.
Yes.
I love me some Shamar Moore, or either Tay Diggs. Like I've crunched on them since high school. I've had pictures of them in my locker and everything. So, but I know that's not going to happen. I would love to interview them. It would be a dream come true. But
Which one? You got to pick one. Tell me which one. You want Tay or do you want
Shamar
Shamar?
Moore, it would
Shamar.
have to be Shamar Moore.
Okay. Done.
Um, we have a question from a fan. Monifa, she says, Tony, you're literally my favorite artist. When will you tour and come to South Africa?
Oh, wow. That's first of all, thank you so much, Monique. That's amazing. South Africa has been giving me so much love, so thank you, South Africa. I was able to find my fan base during quarantine, which is in South Africa, which has been amazing. We are in the works actually. I'm working with a producer named Dominique Swartz in South Africa, and we're working on the process of getting a tour together and also getting the whole album together and finishing everything. So I'm saying maybe the end of the year of 2022 probably I'll be there. So I look forward to you guys being there. Real talk, like because South Africa is show me nothing but love. So I want to show you nothing but love and bring something really great to you guys. So yeah.
Okay.
I got a question from Island Yankee. If you had the opportunity to make one law, what would it be and why? Oh, that's easy. It would be for Black people to have equal rights. Even in the entertainment industry, we want representation. At the biggest fashion event in the world this year, there was hardly any Black fashion designers, and you guys again know how big I am with fashion. I love
Hmm.
fashion. There was just hardly any Black designers there. We covered that yesterday. So that would be the law to give Black entertainers, Black people in general, what they're worth because we're
Yeah,
worth so much more. We
so
are
much.
the culture.
Yes, I agree.
Go
Equality,
ahead, Johnny.
equality for all, man. Equality for all. I just want equality for all, man.
You were going to
Um,
ask me something, Johnny? I'm sorry.
Now I was thinking, okay. So if given the opportunity to move anywhere,
Ooh,
not necessarily start fresh, but kind of like what I did, like if you were given the opportunity to move somewhere and build your foundation from there towards your craft, where would it be and why?
I think I said this before in one of our previous questionnaires. It will be either Paris or Venice, Milan, Italy. So I would have to
mm,
say Venice. Someplace beautiful. And again, the fashion. So I think about things like
yes, the
that. But I
fashion.
would definitely start off from ground up there.
Yeah.
Tony.
Um, if you could be reborn right now and choose everything that you are, every piece of your being that you are, what would that being look like? And who would that being look like? And what would their name be?
If I could be reborn in a new
If you got
life,
if you got to be if you got to be God and got to resubmit you into the world and you got to choose and pick everything about you, what would your name be? And what would those characteristics be? Who would you be?
it would be Goddess. My name would be Goddess.
Okay.
And my characteristics would be giving back, my selflessness,
Oof.
um, not having any fear, any regrets, basically, kind of some of the same traits that I have now, but as a new person.
Mm,
So just starting over in a new life, but my name would be different. It would be Goddess.
goddess. Beautiful.
Johnny, any last questions?
Um, I got one last one. Okay. Okay. So, what is one thing? What is one thing that you would change about the show that may increase the views of it, if anything? That maybe
What would I change about style? What would I change about this show?
that if it hasn't been done or isn't in the works, what would you change to increase the production of Style by Stevie?
I would love to do it live, like in person, live with an audience, but we know that that's going to be impossible. I would love to get a studio, like Tamron Hall has her studio, and so many other talk show hosts, they have their studios. That's what I would like to do, and then have the production team and everything work on it behind the scenes. I would like to do it live, and then we have our table where we sit and we do the discussions like that. And you project the topics on behind me. That's what I would do with mine. That's probably what I would do. Instead of just holding up a device, it would be right there on the big screen for everybody to see, and then everybody weigh in. But I would have to go with the microphone and ask everybody what's their opinion. But we can't do that because we know.
Yeah. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
If you got another question, that was my
I mean,
last one.
I can always ask a question. I'm good at going on dates and going and digging deeper. I'm good at that. Um, do you ever okay? What do you think is your biggest flaw for your for or shall we say one of your biggest um I wouldn't even say distractions. Yeah, that's a great way. What is one of your biggest distractions that you think is keeping you from succeeding past where to stopping or taking you past the level you are right now in your life?
And I think I've told Johnny this, and Alan Yankee knows this about me as well too. I'm a perfectionist. I think that's one of my biggest imperfections. I like things to be perfect, and I know again it goes back to that word. Audrey Hepburn has a quote that goes like this: "You're perfectly imperfect, or perfectly impossible, or something like that." To that extent,
Wow.
um, I know that all things are not going to be perfect. You know, we can get
Hmm.
to perfection, but we know that there's one person who is perfect, and that is
Hmm.
so that's my thing. I've always battled with that. And I think I get that from my mom. Like, my mom always loves things to be perfect when it comes to decorating the house because she likes to
Hmm.
decorate as well, too. Um, she likes things to be perfect. She'll be like, don't put that that way, put it this way. So, you know, people don't be looking, and when they come in the house, the house look a certain. So I guess I get that trait from her. And perfectionism. I like things to be perfect, spick and span. And even with the show, I like things to run perfect. No nicks, no crannies, nothing. But
Yeah.
we know that that's never going to happen. We can strive to get perfection,
Yes.
but we'll never get there.
Yes. Yes.
Tony, you
All
have a
right.
question.
All right.
Um,
Talk to me.
Yes.
from Monifa. It says, Tony, what accomplishments do you see yourself achieving in the next 5 to 10 years?
Oh wow. Um, I I definitely see myself going on tour. I definitely see myself having songs on the top of the charts. I definitely see myself inspiring hundreds of thousands of people and and also being inspired by other people. One of the biggest things that I ever asked for myself before I even moved to New York City to pursue music was I want to surround myself by great people that inspire me to be better than I currently am. And I didn't realize how challenging it was to even ask that question or even to manifest that. Because when you do manifest this thing around having great people around you, you're constantly questioning your, or not your, but you are. And I think it's great to question where you are and great to challenge yourself. I have the most amazingly talented, but I have the most amazing, beautiful people around me, and they constantly challenge me to push harder, think bigger, bigger. It's a thing for myself. I just want really great things for myself. I want to be on the top of the charts. I want to be a household name. I want people to know who Tony Forrest is, which means I'm going to have to keep getting better. My shows are going to have to keep getting better. My albums are going to have to keep getting better, but that's on me. That's just my journey in life. I'm just going to keep evolving, and hopefully one day it really touches millions.
And it will. It will. I'm the type of person, I believe in manifestation. What you put out in the universe is what you get back in return.
I
Wait,
agree.
someone asked a question. Um, Alan Yankee, is that question for me or Tony? Who's the person who you consider the one that got away and would love to rekindle with?
Oof, oof.
Was that for me, Alan Yankee, or for Tony?
I hope it's not for me because I don't want to.
I'm waiting for him to type and see.
Yeah. I saw one from Predict the Vision. It said, except for songwriting, do you do other writing, e.g., writing poems or rather books? By the way, from South Africa, a huge fan. I think Miss Stevie, you're beautiful and wise. Oh, that's beautiful. Um, I don't really write poems. I think songs are like poems. Songs are like journals. Um, so I don't really. A lot of my friends kind of push me to do more art, like draw or paint or find other ways to express myself. But writing is just my way. Writing music is my way. Singing is my way. So,
I was pointing down there because my co-host Johnny is just a creative genius. He likes to draw and he does all of those
oh,
things.
dope,
Yes.
dope. Yeah, I don't have that talent. I wish I had that talent. I think it's such a dope talent. I just don't have it. Like you said, Miss Stevie, I'm a perfectionist too. So the moment I mess up, I'm like, get rid of it, get rid of this painting. But you can't really do that. You gotta learn how to go with everything and recreate things and manipulate things. Even when you don't necessarily like that line, you have to kind of make that line create something else. But that's just not me. I don't have that patience. I don't think.
The one that got away and I would love to rekindle with. Oh my God. There was this one guy that I was talking to named Eric, and the chemistry was just there. I'm not going to put his last name out there, but I'm just going to say Eric, this one guy named Eric, and just everything. Like, we both would go out and we both went to school together. So that connection was there. You know, when you grew up with somebody, you've known them all your life, and you're slowly in the process of getting in this relationship, falling in love, and then you're on the next stage of that relationship. It's happy, it's everything. It's like high school love is something you can't describe.
Of
Like,
course.
this is the person you grew up with, like
Of
in the
course.
sandbox, everything up until now, and to walk down the aisle together. We
Yeah.
didn't get that far. I'm not married, but I mean, it's gonna happen. I'm the type of person I say when it comes to love, it's never too late. Never say never.
Agreed. 100%. That's beautiful. Yeah.
Any last questions, Fashion Dolls, before we conclude this interview and we get into our topics for the day? Any questions for me, Johnny, or our very special guest of the day, Mr. Tony Forrest?
Don't be afraid to ask me questions. I'm not mean. I know a lot of people get that from my face expression. Just know life be in the front of my head and living back. So how about look is like, I just let people know that because people be scared to ask questions. I'll be like, I'm not gonna bite.
I love that. Yeah. Jay said, I'm
Predictive
not mad.
vision.
I'm not mean. I'm not a mean person. Just ask me a question.
Right.
I'm a
I'm a,
singer and songwriter.
Mhm.
What can you say to make me keep going on reaching my goals and dreams?
Oh, wow. I would say this has to be for you. This is your journey. This is about your personal journey. And whatever you want to do in your life, you can pursue and you can accomplish, but it has to be for you. Don't let it be about your parents. It can't be about other people applauding you. It can't be about any of that, because this journey is so difficult in certain aspects, in the sense of like so many people's opinions are everywhere. So if you really want to reach your goals and dreams, you just have to stay focused on what you want and just truly believe in yourself and surround yourself with people that believe in you as well. And only surround yourself with people who believe in you. The rest of the naysayers, distance yourself from those, because they can truly affect your journey a lot. Truly affect your journey.
We got another question for you, Tony. Again, shout outs to my fraternal Island Yankee. He wants to know, do you do yoga or something to keep yourself zen? Because he says you
Ooh.
seem very peaceful and positive.
Oh, thank you so much. I don't do yoga. I I had a life coach when I first got signed with a management company. I had a life coach, and they really gave me a different perspective of life. They gave me a whole different outlook and allowed me to open up my mind, um, and just be a little bit more empathetic and understanding. And and so the answer is no. I don't do. I read a lot of books though about self-help and just like, you know, just bettering yourself. So if that is doing anything, I don't know. But no yoga for me. I'm not really that flexible.
Any last questions, fashion dolls, for myself, Tony, or Johnny before we get into these topics for today, ladies and gentlemen? Any last questions? You can put them in the question bubble or you can put them in the comments, whatever works for you.
Those are some really good questions. Those are really good questions, actually.
The dolls, they come in, they want to know. They ask the questions. They put them in the bubble or they'll go in the comment section.
When is your album coming up? Oof, Tony, if you could go open yourself for any artist, who would it be? I would love to open up for Giveon. I think Giveon is such a dope artist. I love his voice. I love the writing that they have for him. It's so unique. It's so pure, and it's very simple. It's a very simple, melodically, but also lyrically good and just there, which is what I like to write as well. And my album is coming up. It should be complete in the next 6 months. So please be patient. I know you guys are hitting me up with that all the time, and I'm so sorry it's not out yet, but I promise you it's coming. Being an independent artist is so difficult financially. You got to do everything. So trying to figure out ways of executing that, but I really appreciate all you guys' support and love, truly, always. I think that's it, right? Is that you guys got any more questions?
We got one from for Johnny. This comes from Island Yankee. He says, I'm nosy. So, Johnny, who are you crushing on?
Ooh.
Uh, I don't know if this is like a in general or not, but I mean, shit. Honestly, I'm trying to figure out should I put my business out there or not. I really don't give a damn. Well, right now in my life, I'm very desperate because dating for me is very sucky. People misconcept me a lot. They assume what they assume. So because they assume, that decreases my chances of a lot of things. A lot of people go off of what they think they see versus what, you know what I'm saying? People don't see me, they see past me. They, you know what I'm saying? What they think because of how I carry myself, how I dress and this and that, I get assumption so much that it makes it difficult. So it's kind of like hard to have a crush. You know, it's kind of like, I can't really have a crush when no one looks my way, you know, because the same way I am now, you know, it's like later on, it's going to be like, oh my God, where did he come from? It's like, the same guy that used to pass every day. You know what I'm saying? The same guy, it's just,
You're right.
my name got a little bit of sprinkles on it. Now I'm, tasteable versus before, it was just one flavor gum, shit like that. But crushing, I don't know crushing. But I'm gonna be real with you. So this is a story time.
Uh-oh.
It was this woman. She's a realtor or whatever, and I had got a call, and it was about a house or whatever. So I went to go pretty much like learn the realtor phase. Come to find out, this woman is Russian.
Okay.
And I've never came encounter with a Russian, and I was like, okay. And I don't know if she was kind of flirting with me a little bit. I don't know. It seemed like it's hard to determine because they do stuff to like butter you up, but it's like I don't think she was buttering me up. Like I think she liked what she sees, and that's another thing too. It's hard for me to know when someone likes me because it's like I don't know if people are more so infatuated as me as a person and what I can do versus me as a person. It's kind of like if you see a celebrity, it's like, all right, I love you for who you are, but I want you because what I'm saying. It's kind of like I don't know if a person wants or needs me, and it makes it hard. But she would be definitely one of my crushes.
Dope.
It's a lot of motherfuckers in Atlanta that I crush on. I ain't gonna lie to you, like it really.
I mean, Atlanta has some beautiful people in it for sure.
Listen, people don't understand. A lot of people in Atlanta have art. They're not beautiful. They're art. They're like artwork. I'm like, bitch, listen, you look like a mural that I just want to put across my whole fucking house. Like, what?
There's some beautiful. But, I mean, I'm from Atlanta, and I didn't really appreciate it until I left and came back. I was like, wow, the beauty of the color in this city is insane. Really, really beautiful. I forget how beautiful our black people are in Atlanta until you leave and come back. Because you get kind of jaded when you live somewhere. You're like, But when you leave and come back, you're like, wow. So Russian, really? Russian? That's pretty dope.
I was like, all right, listen.
You better watch what you say.
I'm letting know, like, listen, nah. I mean, she was keeping it real with me, you know what I'm saying? She's smoking stuff too. Like, that's why I'm like, it was hard to determine because it's like, you know how like when you're being professional, but you're being professional to a point where it's like I'm gonna let you know without letting you know, but while letting you know without trying to let you know. And it's like I think that's what she was doing. And in the back of my head, I'm like, you keep going, goddamn. This motherfucking conversation gonna get cut short, and we're gonna take this a different direction.
Yeah,
but
that's facts.
Yeah, because she was like, yeah, I'm book me an appointment. And I'm like, shit, you book an appointment, bitch.
Watch yourself. Yeah.
Well, that appointment coming with a happy ending, goddamn. Yeah, But yeah, like
that's dope.
I don't know. There's no point in crushing, I just kind of have to like wait.
Yeah.
Which is scary because anybody who come my way ain't gonna lie. Me ain't nothing but chicken. You're getting pulverized. Don't take me no mind. Any other questions? Finally, I get a question. Told y'all I'm not mean. I just look that way because I'm thinking hard.
You're a thinker.
See me think.
You're a thinker. You're watching you think. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah. Do we have any more questions? Let me see if I'm scrolling.
Let me check the box over here. No, we don't have any in the box.
Awesome.
Going once, going twice, Fashion Dolls. Do we have any last questions before we get into these topics for today? God must have blinked and rushed here because the people here, no ma'am. Oh, Island Yankees down here in South Carolina. Did you go to Atlanta too?
You said what now? He said what?
He said God must have blinked and rushed here because the people here, no ma'am.
Yeah, South Carolina. Listen, I be trying to tell motherfuckers be like, you think I be like, Bo, listen, what y'all consider a motherfucking 7 up here will make our goddamn 10 look bad. Like, man, what? Listen, I ain't seen so many pretty motherfuckers. I'm like, shit, what? Listen, every motherfucking corner I motherfucking turn, I be like, man, what? Oh, I gotta keep myself locked in the motherfucking house. What?
That's
Swear to God, if I was back in my prime, I'd be causing havoc. Swear.
I mean, prime is relative. You know, it's about your confidence and where you are in your life. You can get whatever you want, Jay. Anyone you want right now, you go for it. Go for it.
That's the sad part. I gotta get my confidence back, man. Motherfuckers tell me no so much. Y'all be surprised how many times I get told no. Like, it done got to the point I don't even attempt no more. I just don't. Because I already know what it's going to result to. It's going to either be a lie, or a lie, or a lie, or an excuse, or another lie, a lie and an excuse mixed together, a lie, a reason, and an excuse, all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Ooh, you got a question, Johnny. What's your moon sign? Scorpio, they said. I feel I am you. You are me.
Well, I'm a Pisces. I don't know what my rising and sunset is. I have to recheck.
Okay.
But my life path number is definitely a 1.
A 1? Oh, wow. Okay.
February 23rd. 3s and 8s.
Okay.
Correlates a lot.
Any last questions? Go ahead, Tony. I'm sorry.
No, I think I was seeing if there was any more questions as well. No, I'm sorry, Stevie. Last year. No, Monique, I just said I want to open up for Giveon if I could. Who would it be to be Giveon? I think I answered that one for you, love.
And shout outs to Will Preston,
Yes.
Barbados, and New York City. So my taste bud is expensive. Oh yeah, you know what they're giving.
Yeah, shout out to South Africa too for all the love. Shout out to South Africa. Love you guys so much. All my love.
T. L'Oreal says divine. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Love.
And thank you guys for following. Thank y'all so much for just checking out this interview, just checking out this platform. That's what it's all about, supporting these up and coming artists and predict the vision with the flags. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So much love. It was such an honor to be here, and I truly appreciate you for having me, Miss Stevie. Such an honor. I wish you absolute success in everything you do, continued evolution and continued growth and peace and happiness, because nothing is going to be good without peace and happiness. No matter how rich you are, no matter how famous you are, no matter how beautiful you are, if you're not at peace, you're not going to be happy. So I wish you that. For sure.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And you too.
And you too, Johnny. I don't want you to feel like I'm leaving you out. I want that for you too. I want everything for you too, buddy. So
appreciate it, Tony.
Absolutely.
Tony Holly. We had Tony on yesterday. The other Tony Holly. Make sure you guys subscribe to his YouTube channel. The Stevie is the best. Hey, Tony. This has been motivational. Wow, Pisces. I'm a Pisces too. No wonder I can pick up on your mood.
Yes, that comes from Island Yankees. Is very pick upable, and I hate that shit because it's so strong, and I be trying to hide the other stuff. You know,
so his sign is a little bit more calm. My sign is a little bit more fiery and bubbly. Yeah. I'm a Scorpio, so
I love it.
Pisces, we put the balance in everything.
I love it. That's a Libra too. I'm a Libra, so I'm balanced energy too. So
the scaly, yep.
Yeah, the scaly, the scaly. Yeah, the scaly. Yeah, that's me. It's been such an honor to be here.
Again, it was so great having you here, and I'd love to have you back on in the future.
Anytime, absolutely anytime. Sending you both so much love. Thank you so much, truly.
You too. Ladies and gentlemen, our very special guest for today, Mr. Tony Forrester. Take care, Tony.
Thank you so much. Ciao.
You're so welcome. All right. Special shout outs goes to Tony Holly, Will Preston. Make sure you guys go and check out Will Preston's hit single, Let's Play. It is a sexy hit single. You guys will not be missing out on it. Please go and check it out. It is everything. And Tony and me and K-Tukes and Johnny did a show yesterday. It was everything. So y'all go and check that out. We had some fun. As you guys could tell from the clip we was cutting up yesterday, we were talking about the Met Balls food. So it's up on Style by Stevie Daytime. Now, without further ado, let's get into some of these topics. And it's Johnny's choice, so whatever he chooses today, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's see. Let's get into these topics.
Frank Ocean is reportedly shopping a brand various record labels. Frank Ocean is allegedly trying to secure a record deal and drop a new album. According to recent reports, Frank Ocean is shopping a new album to various record labels. Notably, this move comes after the 33-year-old artist has been independent for the past 5 years. Just one day before his Blonde album dropped in 2016, Frank Ocean chose to part ways with Def Jam Records. He had been with the label since 2009 and released his first studio album, Channel Orange, with Def Jam. The album spawned hits such as Thinking About You.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. And he's doing a collection with Prada, if I'm not mistaken. He showed up at the Met Ball with his alien baby. The baby was so cute. I don't know whether it was like if you guys watched the Muppets or the puppet animations. The baby was so cute. Like Frank Ocean is just innovative. And he took a picture with Lil Nas X, so I smell a collaboration. And Lil Nas X's Montero is out today. Lil Nas X gave birth today, and the album is out, if you guys get the whole story. But creatively, Frank Ocean, the aesthetic, everything, I can't wait. We've been waiting for new music from him and new music from Rihanna. We never know when Rihanna's going to give us new music. So it's just like, we just have to keep waiting to see. But aesthetically, these artists that I've mentioned, like Rihanna and Frank Ocean, Lil Nas X, Chloe Bailey, Ari Lennox, visually, aesthetically, they give us something to look at. And we're here for it. So we're ready to see what he comes out with. Johnny, your thoughts?
My bad. Yeah, I'm definitely here for Frank Ocean. Because as I stated, Frank Ocean is an affiliate of Odd Future Wolfgang, which is Tyler the Creator's band. Well, he's not a band no more, but so yeah, definitely. Frank has definitely been putting up, numbers on the board. Numbers lie. Well, numbers don't lie, man. People lie, numbers don't. I'm definitely here for it because now Frank is actually about to be able to hit the meters as much as he possibly can because what I'm saying, he's definitely single and he's independent and he's shopping for various record labels. And there's not many companies who would not want Frank. Frank is a great addition. He definitely got the fan base. He got people that literally are addicted to his music like crack. They've been waiting on this album for the longest. Finally, people can, stop being about to bum rush his house, finally, because he's giving updates on this album. I'm definitely here for it. Definitely.
Oh no, Island Yankee, I wasn't talking about Jonathan. I was talking about Frank Ocean's look at the Met Ball. He had a baby with him, like a how can I say it? What kind of animation is it? Right here. Here it is. Like the little alien animation baby he had at the Met Ball. That's the look. So yeah, the baby, you know how they do with the Muppets, like with the puppets and stuff like that. That's what he had. Not but Jonathan is handsome, but I definitely I don't hate him. I just dislike what he does. So yeah. All right, what's the next one, Johnny?
Wendy Williams hospitalized for a psychiatric evaluation. According to multiple reports, Wendy Williams was taken to the hospital for a psychiatric evaluation. This is said to have taken place prior to it being announced that the new season of her show would be delayed due to COVID issues. According to The Sun, a woman matching Wendy Williams' description was rushed to the hospital on Wednesday following a 911 call for someone in need of psychiatric services. At her New York City apartment building, the NYPD confirmed to The Sun that cops were called at 8 a.m. to Swanky High Rise to assist 57-year-old female. Meanwhile, TMZ reports that she was voluntarily admitted to an NYC hospital Tuesday for a psych evaluation. They report that Wendy has struggled with mental health issues for some time, so that this was not a big shock. Wendy does have COVID, but she's asymptomatic, and doctors continue to monitor her physical health as well.
As controversial as Wendy is, I'm sending her love. I'm sending her love when it comes to mental health, and I'm glad that she's getting the help mentally, because it is difficult within the black community. I'm about to say something that I definitely should have said. When it comes to black people and our mental health, a lot of people tend to fake the funk. And what I mean is they put on these sunglasses, like everything is all right. When you take off the sunglasses, you can see the pain, you can see the hurt in people's eyes. A lot of people think that you can just drink the pain away, you can smoke the pain away. A lot of people think that their shit don't stink. And Jennifer Lewis said this, a lot of people are drinking themselves into a phase, smoking themselves into a phase. And it's just like, at what point in time are we supposed to stay silent about this? People take their lives over this shit. This is serious. And we got to talk about mental health. We got to talk about it in the black community. And I say this all the time. What do I always say? Faith without work is what? Dead. So God put therapists here for a reason. And I had a conversation with Snoop. When Snoop came on my platform, we talked about mental health. And I'm glad that I had a conversation with Snoop about that. Shout outs to Dr. Alfonso Nathan as well, too. I had him on my platform. Every review, shout outs to her. She said something very, very excellent on one of the past episodes of Styled. She said, when we were talking about Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child, she said after she left Destiny's Child, she was like in a depression stage. So when it comes to mental health for men and women, black people, we got to talk about it. We can't stay silent. People are literally going through a time right now. It's a time when people are being separation anxiety, away from their families, being away from your family, being away from your loved ones. All of this is very difficult for everybody. And exactly, Alan Yankee, watch they say that it's karma. It kind of, I'm kind of in between on that one. Wendy has done some things. She has said some things on her show. But when it comes to mental health, even with the Olympics, what's her name? Simone Biles, and all the other girls, Naomi Osaka, Serena Williams, all of them, they're giving them a quiet room. They're literally having to give these tennis players a quiet room. People are taking their lives over this shit. So when it comes to being depressed, I know the feeling all too well. That's why if you ask Johnny, y'all, I text him and I call him before we go live every show at 11 o'clock every day. You can ask him right now. I text him and I say, how are you feeling? How are you doing? I call him after the show is over as well too. Like I have to keep a constant eye on Johnny. Like, he is my co-host. But when it was three of us, I would call and text. Well, I would text both of the guys each day. And now that it's two, I just got to keep my eye focused on one, and that's Johnny. So when it comes to mental health, being in that space where it's like, I'm down, I'm depressed, I've been there. Trust me. And people say, oh, well, me, Stevie, you're beautiful. I'm not being narcissistic. But when I remove all of this, when I'm home alone and it's just me and my mom and the dogs and my dad and sometimes some of my family members, you lonely as shit. I'm not going to lie, and I hate to laugh about it, but you can't sugarcoat when it comes to depression. If somebody asks you, are you okay today? honestly tell them it's okay. So we're going to have to start a new live because Instagram has timed us and the time is winding down. So we'll be right back to talk about this.